Donna Elliott, and I have been here for 31 years. I started April 1985. And when I started here, we were over at, I think it's 1634 North Croatan Highway, and we were all in one little building. The same offices that are up here, finance and planning, we were in all in one room together. And then police and fire, of course, fire's where they're at now, and then police was in the building in the back. Then we all moved over here. But it's kind of funny how we all just kind of stayed. This is how we were, you know, when I first started. You know, tax and finance and planning and inspections were all together. I grew up over in, I was born and raised here. I lived in Manio when I was born, and then we moved to Mans Harbor. And then after I got married, I moved over here to Kill Devil Hills, but lived over here for 30 years now. So, but it's definitely changed since I grew up here.
What do you love about the Outer Banks?
Just the closeness of the people. And I love Kill Devil Hills. I love my town. And I just, you know, just knowing people, and, you know, my kids, they think it's crazy because living over in Manio and Mans Harbor and living over here, I know a lot of people. You know, and it's just the way it is. And they're like, I can't believe you know all these people. And I'm like, well, I grew up here. But I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
It's just it's the closeness, you know, the people, it's like family. I like that. It's changed a lot because the town has changed a lot, you know, with all the building. And at first, I pretty much just did signs and took care of like the nuisance complaints and CAMA. But then over time, I started having to, like, you know, review the single family dwellings because they were, you know, we just got so busy there for a while, and you just picked up, you know, more and more duties. But then again, like now we have a code enforcement officer, so now they take care of the nuisance complaints and they do the code enforcement. But used to, like in the 90s, Major Harris and I used to ride out when we'd do like a ride around like every 2 weeks. We'd have some complaints, and we would, you know, go look at those complaints, and I would either write letters or he would go to the door and knock on the door and, you know, tell them, hey, we've had a complaint, you know, you've had these tires out here for, you know, 2 months and they're collecting water and mosquitoes and your neighbors aren't happy. We did that for many years, and it was fun because he is a funny guy, Major Harris, and we had a lot of fun things. You know, just the different people that you run into. I mean, he had to arrest people a couple of times when we were out doing these, just going to people's houses, talking to them about all the junk they had in their yard, and they'd be drinking the night before. They were still drunk, and they'd be belligerent, and he'd have to arrest them and drop me off at the town hall and take them to Manio. Okay, one of the worst ones I ever saw was this gentleman over in Avalon, and we had a complaint about his yard and his porch, and it was just full of everything, junk, wood, tires, junk cars. And so Major Harris went up to the door, knocked on the door, and when the guy answered the door, he was drinking, and it was early morning. You know, we tried to get out before lunch, and he was just being very belligerent to Major Harris, and Major Harris just didn't take that. You know, he had on his hat, you know, full uniform, you know. He was like, come on, we're going to Manio, and the guy weren't going to come, you know, and he had to like handcuff him, bring him down the steps, put him in the back of the car, and bring me back to the town hall, drop me off so he could take this guy and book him over in Manio for resisting arrest and whatever else.
You're not cleaning your yard.
Not cleaning his yard, but his yard got clean after that. Yeah, I don't think we had to go back up there. I think he cleaned it when he got out because we never had to go back. I didn't even come to the office yet. My first experience with this job was we had to go to Washington, D.C. to meet with, who was it? It was Floyd Lupton and Walter Jones, the father, not the one that's in there now, but his father, and we met with them, and they were talking about stuff they were going to do over at the Wright Brothers Monument. And we got, you know, the special tours of the Air and Space Museum, and And then when we were coming out of the Air and Space Museum, the president rode by, and Ray was like, look up, you can see the snipers up on the roof.
Oh, wow.
He's like, see that? He goes, the president's getting ready to come by. I went, really? And sure enough, here he came. They blocked off the streets, no traffic. And we stood there, and he rode by in his motorcade. That was cool. That's before that was my first experience working for the town. Hadn't even had a day at the office yet. Met them all here at the town hall of where the fire department is now. We got in the cars and went to Washington, D.C. for a couple of days.
Good start.
It was a good start. Maybe that's why I love it so much.